Hey folks, welcome to Giant Bomb's E3 2011 pre-show live stream. I'm Ryan Davis. We are here in Los Angeles. Jeff Gerstmann to my left.
Hello.
Vinnie Caravella to his left.
Hello.
And then over here on the other side of the room, Mr. Brad Shoemaker.
Hello.
And Mr. Patrick Klepek.
Tamales.
It's been an exciting day here, just getting ready for the show.
These couches weren't like this originally.
No. This whole house wasn't like this originally. So we're back here in the same house that we did all of our live streams from and that we called home during E3 2010. And we loved it so much that we decided to come back. I have to say, I was blown away when I came in on Friday at just how much nicer it was than last year.
Yeah, well, it's like a lot of the guys are moving out, and they probably want their deposit back, so they kind of cleaned it up.
Well, they also end the fierce cleaning crew that was here on Friday night till 9.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, they were mopping the floors and steam cleaning the carpets and.
Man, we're screwing it all up all over again.
You saw this happen?
Yeah, I was when I showed up. So when I showed up on Friday, I was here Friday afternoon at 5 or so, a little bit before 5. Front half of this house was still full of stuff. They had a bunch of crap out in the front yard that they were still moving. They were trying to steal our cable modem.
There was a goat.
No goat. But there is that corral out there.
So if we had a goat, we could put it in the corral.
If we wanted to have a goat.
There's hay.
A little goat.
Yeah, there is hay.
There's a bale of hay.
Little Sebastian.
Rest in peace. God love him. Oh, so it's I don't know. I have not done anything very E3-y so far on this trip.
It was in a retail extravaganza for you and me all day.
Yeah, I mean, I came in on Friday, secured the house, got keys, got in here, made sure everything was on the up and up, made sure the internet was working, which apparently it is if you're seeing this at all. So
hopefully, we don't know.
Good Lord willing. Brad, how's the stream looking on your end? You've got a laptop up.
I shut it off. I didn't want to cross any streams. I'll start it back up.
Cross the stream.
Yeah, sucker bandwidth.
It's going.
Fantastic.
It seems. Hang on, let me check.
So I did all that, and then Saturday was kind of hanging out, waiting for the rest of the team to arrive, and y'all came in 7, 8, 9,
Like 9:30.
Yeah,
the first wave came in with Drew and Joey. Drew, say hi to the folks at home.
Hey, everybody.
There's a little Drew Cam action for you. So these are the men who are running our stream right now behind the scenes, and they were also the ones who drove down the 5 to haul all of our gear to make sure that we could put on these fun little shows. And then you three, Jeff, Patrick, and Brad, came in on a flight from San Francisco.
Yes.
Saturday evening, giving you a nice leisurely Saturday to prepare.
Yeah, I didn't do my laundry till 1, and it was awesome.
I was doing my last load of laundry. I was like, I need 2 pairs of socks, and I got all my socks in the laundry. As soon as they're done, I could pack this in this bag and then go.
Yeah.
I was sitting there waiting for the dryer to dry.
2 pairs of socks in it.
No, it was like a full load.
Okay.
It was
Only carries 2 pairs of socks with him.
It's a very small.
At any given time, exactly. Yeah, no, because I already had 4 pairs of socks. I'm like, I need 6 pairs of socks. I took 7.
Just bare minimum. That's your.
I'm usually a bare minimum kind of guy when it comes to packing.
Yeah.
I end up throwing an extra T-shirt in there just because I got that kind of wardrobe.
Gosh, that's frightening. Oh, is that somebody's peeking in the window?
Nope. Oh, hey, everyone, it's Alex Navarro. Alex, welcome to the live stream.
Hi, everyone.
You have to take a mic over here on this side.
Nope, that side.
This one. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we need an audience track for when people come through the door.
No! I don't know. Do we, Drew? Do we have that capability?
Soundboard capabilities.
Can we drop in sounds?
Can we just get a norm sound?
See what I can do.
Okay.
All right.
See, this is why we run these tests.
Yeah.
Learn these things. Figure out what we can and can't do.
Could have just brought the GG button. That would have been really.
I can just make that sound.
Oh well, we do have our sword, which is like the LA version of the GG button.
Do you want to go get that?
No.
Okay.
It's too early.
Yeah, save the sword
Week has
for
just begun.
Save the magic.
the sword for when we really need it.
There we go. Pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's pretty good. Oh,
Let's not go down this road.
You know who had the best? What I would want is I want the Married with Children when Kelly Bundy comes on set. Yeah, exactly that one. Apparently, I don't need it. I've got you two. Oh god! Oh no, echo chamber.
Sorry.
That
was terrifying.
So Alex, to get you up to speed, we were just kind of talking our way up through our trip here so far with well, you came in. So these three came in from San Francisco, nice and
it was rainy
and late,
crappy
and rainy. And now you're down here, and now it's kind of crappy and rainy in LA.
We brought it down here with us,
guys.
Yeah, thought I'd get away.
Jeff, you're right. This is not a path for me to go down.
This is not. We don't want to.
Yeah, pump the brakes on that one.
Yeah.
Before we left, we all street passed with the French guy in the airport.
If you know what I'm saying,
Marcos?
Bathroom.
You gotta elaborate on that. You can't just drop that bomb.
That's all there is to say.
I'm just gonna keep staring
Was
at
he
you
a
until
gentle street passer? Did he street pass with passion?
Did he slip you the tongue?
No comment.
I don't remember his name. Marcos or...
Marco.
Oh, I can't remember. Jeff?
I don't know. I haven't opened my 3DS since we got down here, so I don't even know if I street passed with him.
I loved the idea that we all had of if we just started shouting his name in the terminal.
Yeah, we thought about just standing up and shouting
just
the name.
screaming his internet handle that he accidentally, not accidentally, but passively just handed down to someone, but we knew he was in the area.
Yeah.
And if we just tried to find the person sleeping in their seat, oh God, I am Marcos. I am from France.
Just the beat of the realization of wait, why are they yelling? Wait, how would they know? Oh no.
I did buy that handheld.
They know it now. Everyone else knows it too. God. But Alex, you came in all the way in from New York City.
And boy, are my arms tired. All right, I'm done. I'm out.
But you
came in from New
there,
York.
so
yeah. No, I came in from New York. I flew in basically the same time you guys did.
Yeah, he was waiting for us at the airport.
Got in an hour early. It has been butt hot in New York. Just absolute.
I've heard
thick death hot.
I heard it's real nasty on the East Coast.
It got better right as I was leaving, so that was great. But yeah, no, came in, came over with these guys, came over to the house.
Tell me more about the hot butts of New York.
There's a lot of hot butts in New York, dude.
All right.
So they're all in tight shorts.
All right.
But Vinnie Caravella had the most brutal start to E3.
What a terrible idea to start E3 this way.
Mistakes were made.
Got a lot of sleep.
So let's see here. Friday night,
right after the live show, Jeff hit the pedal to the metal, got me home, jumped out of his car, packed a bag, and flew to New York. Jumped on a plane, did a red-eye to New York for my cousin's wedding.
Yep. Were you in the wedding?
No. It was at the wedding.
So this was just to go to the wedding?
Yes.
The things Italians will do for families, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't want to get on anybody's bad side. That's Joey. Congratulations, Joey. That's Joey the cop.
Oh, is Little Joey?
Yeah, Little Joey.
Oh, congratulations, Little Joey. Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
I love Little Joey. That's worth it.
So I went to Little Joey's wedding. So got home. Wedding went until about 1 in. Got back to my parents' house. Had to wake up for 4 in for the flight back here.
Yeah.
And then here I am. Got in here probably about 9:30, 10
Something
o'clock
like
in the morning.
Yeah.
And E3.
I was awake when you came, so it must have been after 9:30.
Yeah, I think I landed about 9:30. So
and we came.
Still recovering from.
Came and scooped you up.
My pre-E3.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
And then it kicks off
tomorrow
in earnest tomorrow morning. Today has been, I don't know, kind of prepping stuff. I know, Jeff, you've been writing up some more of your Judges Week stuff.
Yeah, I got a little bit more of that to go. Some of that's not even going to hit until the show floor opens, basically. Some of it's timed to various press conferences. You can write about Mass Effect as soon as we've shown it at our press conference. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then it's you can write about Tomb Raider as soon as the show floor opens. And so I have not written about Tomb Raider yet. I gotta finish my write-ups.
There's no reason not to.
I can think of 100 reasons not to.
Is one of them that chicken tikka masala quesadilla that you scarfed down earlier?
How'd that go?
That was great. It's great. for a while there, as I was finishing that one, I was like, I could eat another one of these. And then about 5 minutes after I finished that one, I went, wait, no, I could not have eaten another one of these.
I can't do it.
It's a good thing I didn't immediately just jump up and go try to buy one, because at the rate it takes them kind of a while to make one. And I would have been sitting there waiting for it when it set in that, like, dude, no.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
I'm just gonna go buy a second one. So when the moment passes again,
It's like
I just shove it down your throat.
It's like you just slammed a beer and you're like, yeah, get me another one. And then they pour you another one. You take your first sip of the other one. Like, no, I can't. No, I can't.
Hey guys, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna.
I gotta go home.
That's the ninja smoke. That's where did Ryan go?
I think he went to the bathroom. Or
Did he?
He wasn't looking.
Have you seen him
great.
around?
I think he was here a second ago.
And then you just not even till the next day. I was like, dude, where'd you go? I had to leave.
Just go home.
I had to catch a cab, man. It wasn't. It was a bad scene. So a lot of prepping today. Patrick and I took the rental van, our big blue beast, our Grand Caravan, and
Crib crazy.
It is.
We're trying to
not gold.
Was not
could have had a gold van. We could have had a gold van.
I won't give it up.
So I've heard a little bit about Gold Van. Tell me the grand story of Gold Van.
It was gold.
It was a gold van.
I think that's the story.
Yeah.
And it just turned out there was a bigger van.
There's a bigger van, but then the bigger van.
Instead of saying I want the flyest van you have, I said I want the biggest van you have.
we could have had a really fly van.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty fly van.
I just love the idea of rolling up to E3 with like some really bad rap station playing, and just in a gold van.
We can still do that.
Yeah.
I've already got tuned to Power 106, so Big Boy's Neighborhood.
Yeah, no, we kept turning that off today as we were.
I think like a G6 came on when we were leaving the Target parking lot.
Is there a worse song than that song?
Like playing through a song. I was like,
See, that part I'll take. Actually, I was giggling when I was hearing dub horns. I was like, okay, this part's pretty good. But then the song came on. Oh God! So
Is it true that the frequency of Power 106 is not actually 106?
Yeah, it's 105.9.
That's amazing.
Here, round up.
It's close.
That's really dumb.
That's their motto. Right?
Just fucking round up.
106. Just round up.
The motto is Big Boy's got gas.
Oh, big boy, you so crazy. So Patrick and I did a big ass retail run today to stock this house with all sorts.
Did you get this
of stuff.
table?
This table that I'm sitting behind, we got 8 of these.
What?
We got 8 of these.
Are we going to put 8 of these tables, dude?
Well, we've got 4 of them already built and in places.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah.
They're ready to go.
Besides, we don't have the desks we had last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
There are 8 people if you want to sit.
So I know there are 8 people. I just,
they're gonna fit 8 desks right here.
Just sit on this couch.
So call in to win a desk. We're doing movie.
Well,
trivia.
you live in LA. And you want a desk.
For the other 4 desks that aren't built, that will never get built.
Yep.
So when we were coming, like when we were setting up to rent this place again, like it was a much different situation because last year there were college students that were leaving for the summer. They would come back in the fall, and so they wanted to just leave all their stuff. So there was desks and beds and kind of everything was here. So I was like, okay, we just show up, throw some sheets down, and we're good to go. But this year everyone was gone. So when we were like getting ready, it's like, okay, we need to provide a lot more stuff. Including beds. There's like a bed in here, otherwise everyone's sleeping on air mattresses and such, which was like, for me at least, was like a big stressor coming in. It was like, fuck, like, are we gonna have to just provide way too much stuff? Is this not gonna make sense to do this year? But then once we actually got here, I realized, wait, we can actually fit a lot more of our stuff in here now. We can actually use the space much better with, tight little tables like this and throwing air mattresses down. So, we can... And we have more dudes. Alex is here now, and Patrick's here. Who we had not them last year. So
we have a number of interlopers coming through.
We have some crashers that are going to be coming through. Will Smith from Tested.com will be coming in from Phoenix, I think.
Also from a wedding.
Is he also coming from a wedding?
Yeah.
So
he put a picture of a scorpion on Twitter last night.
Oh, I saw that scorpion.
I want to see that.
They have those there.
It's
troubling.
Shit out of me.
I know.
Like in his room.
I don't know where it was. The picture was very close, but if I saw a scorpion where I was trying to sleep, I wouldn't sleep there.
Remember The Arrival?
I wouldn't sleep ever again.
Yeah.
Remember The Arrival? The scene with all the scorpions? That woman gets all fucked up?
Yeah.
But so Patrick and I hit the IKEA, bought a bunch of tables, bought...
Table prices are deceiving. Those legs.
Well, so it's like the table. So you go to IKEA, and for the table stuff, it's like you buy the legs separately from the tops.
Yeah,
it's like, this table's $4.
So
that's how the Swedish get you.
The tabletop's like $6 for one of these. Like, that's awesome. That's so cheap. I actually knew what the total price was going to be.
But still, when you break it down.
But then when you break it down, it's like, okay, it's like $6 for the tabletop. Awesome, that's cheap. All right, let's get the legs. Cheapest legs are $3.50 a piece.
Yeah.
So they,
wait, we need 30 of those.
Oh yeah, so that was actually
you got all 4 for
that was
table.
So then you get 4 for each one. It's not, and they're individually, like in the bins when you go down to the warehouse area in the IKEA. So it's Patrick and I sitting there passing along, trying to keep count of 32 of these table legs.
Doing a bad job of counting them.
At 20, we're like, wait, hold on.
I think I lost it.
Let's look at these again, and okay, 20. Okay, so we still need 12 more of these.
And the best part was that when we were like checking out, and then at that point we decided, we should see how tall these desks are, and like you use the leg. Like we're like, these are horribly short. But he was already scanning everything. We're like, too late. Desks are bought.
Or we hadn't even gotten that far. We were just like there was one person in front of us, but we put it on the ground, like just kind of eyeballing, like.
We just looked at each other and went.
Well, at that point, we're not going to go back and take these 32 legs and put them back in the bin.
That was only our first stop. We had many stops.
Yeah. So there was tables and I don't know, bedding, towels, sundry other
a lot of food,
IKEA things. We did not buy $400 worth of Swedish meatballs.
Thought about it though.
We did think about it.
You could buy so much princess cake. Have you ever had the princess cake at IKEA in the cafeteria?
I don't know what you're talking. Is that code?
No, it's actual princess cake. That's an actual thing. It's delicious.
Do you have to go to West Hollywood to get some princess cake?
God, that should be a drug euphemism, right? I'm going to start using that.
So we went from there, and then we went to the most chaotic Costco that I've ever been to. Torrance. Don't go to Costco in Torrance.
Was it just too many people?
Yeah, it was just like.
It was also like there was a ballpark across the street. So like all the games that we're getting out of the kids were getting food.
Oh, you
at
think
the
that's
Costco.
what was happening?
I know.
Okay, because you actually.
We got in and then we couldn't navigate through, and I was like, Ryan, go in. I'll find a parking space. He's like, are you okay? I was like.
Because it was just like cars, like because
that was gonna be another 20 minutes before I found a parking spot.
There was just like they have the little like hot dogs and pizza, the little eatery thing, right? And it was one of the Costco's where it's outside, like under an overhang.
Oh, okay.
But just like they had like the seating right there instead of kind of inside the actual building. So it's just like everyone from there meandering around and just kind of spilling out into the roadway. And then there's everyone who's actually trying to cross there, who's actually shopping at the Costco. And then there's cars coming trying to like
big ass van just trying to like get through and
all these cars
people.
trying to get through. There's also like the eatery area is right next to like the tire shop area, so there's like cars parked kind of sideways up on the sidewalk because they're waiting to get into the tire shop area. It was complete. Just getting in at all was fucking madness. Bedlam. But we managed to get almost everything that was on our shopping list at the Costco. Our fridge is now. Hey, Vinnie, you want to show them the fridge?
The fridge.
There you go. Perfect. I don't think they can really.
You want to grab? Can you grab me a Diet Coke while you're in there?
Yeah.
Is that a beer? By any chance?
There should be a Negro Modelo in there.
There should be Budweiser at the bottom too.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of Budweisers too.
I got it.
Diet Coke.
Pass the Diet Coke down.
Thank you.
So that happened.
I'm good. Thank you.
So that's the fridge.
That's the fridge.
That's fridge.
Fridge.
Packed with drinks. Because if there's one thing that you need to do during E3, stay hydrated.
Oh yeah.
Drink water.
That's why I'm drinking a beer.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're drinking Budweiser. So that is like drinking water.
Hey.
Hey, questions from the chat over there? Are you keeping an eye on that stuff?
No.
Bandwidth Brad.
A lot of statements about the fridge cam, but no questions as yet.
Fridge cam pretty much speaks for itself, I think.
Yeah.
What's to say, really?
We're not talking about that right now.
Yeah.
Wait till
That's right.
wait till E3.
It's under embargo until the opening of the show floor.
Wait till Space World for that.
But that was about a 5 or 6 hour trip for us.
You were gone for a while.
So we did the Costco. Managed to get out of there somehow with a full cart and then went to the Target and picked up.
Target.
Went to the Target and picked up the last few of the air mattresses that we needed. So now everyone has a place to sleep, which seemed important.
Yeah.
Lugging an air mattress across the country was not my favorite thing that I've done so far on this trip. That made my bag a lot heavier.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I brought mine in on Friday and managed to sneak it into Drew's truck, so I didn't have to even take that from SF to LA. I was not. That seemed like a bad thing to have to do.
But one less we had to pay for. So. Anything we can bring that we didn't have to buy, all the better for sure.
What's up, Brad? You look like you're ready to...
There's questions now.
Okay.
Brad, questions from the chat. What's
Internet
going on?
Brad.
Snide wants to know, why did you not promo this?
Because it's a test show.
It's a test, dude.
As if this one will be sideways.
Because we knew you would.
Well, yeah, and he totally did.
Thank you, Dave.
Crap. I lost a good real question.
Probably wasn't that good anyway.
Credit to whoever asked this, and I'm paraphrasing. Oh, here it is, actually. Sorry. Fortis wants to know, what do you guys think about the new Nintendo console possibly being called the Nintendo?
That's perfect.
So we've been talking about this. So where did this
Game Informer had a story up.
They just threw it out there.
That no one else, like, we were kind of talking it around a thing we were at earlier.
Yeah.
And no one was like, yeah. Like, no one had heard of it. So I don't know. But
it would be awesome.
it would be awesome.
I wonder if that's just someone at Game Informer listening to our podcast a bunch. Because we've talked about the
rebooting.
the rebooting and how you reboot it as like the next level reboot is just to the whatever.
Yeah.
Well, their story just said
Nintendo, not the Nintendo.
Literally.
But
Nintendo.
if you called it Nintendo, just like you would call it the GameCube,
Sure.
you would call it the Nintendo.
The Xbox.
Actually, I think you would call it that Nintendo.
Or how about...
You got that Nintendo, son.
Are you asking me, Jeff, if I'm excited about that Nintendo?
Hey,
You want
Ryan.
to come by play that Nintendo? I got that Nintendo.
Do you want to play some Nintendo?
Perhaps some Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah. Play Nintendo at my house?
No, but I want to play some of that Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only into this idea if the games come on tapes. Got that Nintendo, got all these new tapes, man. You got to come by and check it out.
I got some sweet Nintendo tapes?
I think it would be
I got all these
awesome.
Nintendo tapes.
I realize that it's so infeasible to go away from like disc media, but if they were to do carts again, if Nintendo just said "fuck it," carts,
Yo, we got a lot of money.
It was just like
got all this Wii money,
SD
son.
cards inside of like big plastic shells to look tough.
all right. Yeah, like
Because
the little things inside the big carts would just be like the little SD reader.
Yeah.
But it would just be this giant shell. Holy shit, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
well, it's just like when it blew your mind, the TurboGrafx games came on those crazy tiny cards.
Yeah.
Like, how did they put all the game? And you realize, it's because Nintendo tapes are just mostly plastic shell. I would love that, and flash media is relatively cheap. Obviously, it's never going to be as cheap as doing discs.
Shoving an SD card with a giant plastic shell.
You
Make it like Neo Geo Kart big. Make it just huge.
You put in the
Charge
cartridge, and then a
$120
Blu-ray
for
disc
two.
comes out of it into the machine. It's just like it's all facade, purely.
it's still disc based. It just makes it look like.
It has to be so big that like one side of it can go in first, and then like the other side snaps in.
Clunk, clunk.
Yeah, clunk, clunk. Is it in there? Is it?
No,
seated
dude, you gotta
properly?
put it in straight. You're gonna fuck it up.
It needs to be the size of like a fucking Suburban's air filter. Like that's how big those things need to be.
You gotta blow on it now.
It needs to be big enough where you're actually putting the Nintendo onto the cart. Like the cart stands on its own, and you place the Nintendo on top of it.
That's why it's got a handle.
Yep.
Each cart has a handle.
Yeah.
Not the system.
Each cart is basically a GameCube.
Yeah.
It's
And you're
like
dropping that onto
it's like the third generation Sega Genesis that was so small that when you'd like put a card in it and plug the controllers into it, it would just flip about.
Yeah.
It's like
From
it was,
the tension of the wires.
yeah, because it was so small that you just move your controller some and it would just like flip over sideways on the floor. Like, oh god damn it!
Yeah, let's get back to that.
Miniaturized it to that point. Yeah, I know.
Renaissance of the cartridge.
But I really do hope it is just called Nintendo, because I think that is a really clever way of, like, it was called the Nintendo Entertainment System, but everyone referenced it as, like, popular culture is, let's go play Nintendo.
It's full
Yeah, you play
circle.
Nintendo.
It's the same way that, like, handhelds, I mean, not so much anymore, iPhone has sort of replaced it, but, like, it was, whatever handheld you had was still the Game Boy. Like, it was
Right.
it was ubiquitous with that sort of thing, and I think That would be a really, especially if like I hope my theory holds up that this new machine is just like Nintendo's play to the hardcore for the next couple of years while they figure out their curveball after all this motion stuff passes by. If this is their way of being like, because if they call it the Nintendo, and then they show some Mario HD. Fuck, I know it's against my better judgment, but I will fucking crumble.
No, the Wii thing has got to be done. The Wii thing has got to be done.
Like for a name, no, I don't think you keep using that.
No, you got to move on from that. But the problem with doing the Nintendo thing, and it's a small problem in the grand scheme of things, but if you have Satoru Iwata announcing that during the Nintendo press conference, that is some like exhibit-style mimetic fucking nonsense, because it turns into Iwata just being like, Nintendo announces Nintendo. We heard you like Nintendo, so Nintendo put Nintendo in your Nintendo.
It's Nintendo presents Nintendo.
Well, that's why you have
featuring Nintendo.
Well, that's why you have Reggie do it.
Yeah,
I would hope
and you
so,
would say like
yeah.
through the years there is one constant, great games, and another constant, Nintendo.
And we brought that
That's
together.
two constants that we've brought together in Nintendo.
Stop soundboarding over
He needs
queuing it up.
Right, and
He needs case.
And this time he just has a giant bulge in his pocket
Yeah.
when he walks out, just kind of like.
But at the same time, it's not a Nintendo conference unless Iwata is holding something
It's
in
the
his
controller.
right hand
I mean, the
for
controller
everyone.
with the screen in it. Like they need that
He just
moment.
needs
That'll be your Iwata holding.
All right, as long as that
moment.
happens, I'm happy.
I can imagine just a million amazing scenarios of what the on-screen treatment looks like when they do the name reveal of like bringing up the classic Nintendo logo with like the circle
Right.
around it, and then like that shatters.
And then it's just
And
that.
then just the name like zooms out at you and like double underlines or starts like neon pulsing or.
Here's what it is. They talk about the console the entire conference, the entire time, and then they do their big montage at the end, new console, and then the name is literally the last thing they show. It's just Nintendo. Fucking Miyamoto walks out, just flips everyone the bird, and then walks out.
He says,
Drops the
and he
mic
says
feedback,
that's what
done.
it's called, bitches.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Drop
That's
the
the
mic.
end of the conference.
Now please come backstage and play it.
We will see you on the show floor.
I feel like it. Like what makes me feel like this has some sort of credence is this would be the perfect kind of response to the Wii of like how crazy the name the Wii was and kind of what that represented as far as the motion control and this kind of this left field approach to everything. If this is in fact the kind of taking it back to basics in
Making another entertainment system.
If they put a damn video screen in the controller, though, they're not taking things all the way back to basics. Like they got something kooky going on with that system.
they've got a lot of screens.
Yeah.
Nintendo can buy touch screens for cheap.
I know. I'm just saying, there's something weird going on there. But yes, if it's definitely an HD console in the vein of an Xbox or a PS3, then yes, that the Nintendo thing would definitely be a signaling of a return to that sort of form.
Backwards compatible, back to the NES. You can put anything in it.
Yeah,
It is a true
It supports-
Nintendo entertainment system. It is the king.
it supports Philips
It's
CDI
not even
games.
new games. It's just
Yeah.
NES carts.
It'll
that you
up-res
start
and-
Yeah,
putting
and
out
it's
again.
the second announcement is, and by the way, we're done making games. We've
Right.
made a lot of them, you guys. If you could just get those, they're still good. They're
And
still
it's gonna
good.
ship with
It's just a-
800,000 games.
Yeah, and it's just an eBay logo.
We've partnered with eBay to sell a lot of. I mean, we have a warehouse full of this stuff.
Whatever.
And it's like everyone says, like, "Oh, we want a new Kid Icarus. Want a new Kid Icarus." It's like you don't, though.
You just want old
Kid Icarus. So here's
you go.
fucking Kid Icarus.
So how about you buy it now?
Yeah.
Through Nintendo.
This is just our plan. We need to squash all these Famicom twin sales. All these weird bootleg old systems. Got to get those off. Dude, if I could put a Famicom disc into a new system.
That'd be
It's
good.
just some
Well, you don't-
slots.
Yeah, it's like the Famicom
everything-
disc writer comes back to convenience stores in Japan. Like, oh, pinballs in this week. Let's get some of that on
You
there.
just buy a Famicom controller and that comes loaded with all the games on it that you want to play, and you plug that into the system.
Sure, that's an 8 million in one
Yeah.
controller.
That costs more than the system.
That costs you $400
Yeah.
for the controller.
These are great ideas. I hope all of this happens.
Hopefully, maybe they just present like several ideas. And we're like, we'll take a vote after the conference. And,
really don't know.
You'll see you have a controller in your chair. If you just push the buttons, which one you think we should be doing.
Text one.
Iwata was very
That will
nervous.
be the executive that we kill.
Nintendo has no idea what we're doing next, so we leave it to you to vote.
We're going to ask Namco, but that partnership is over.
So Jeff, you have to be excited about all this eShop business
that's
that we
happening
have
soon.
upcoming.
Yeah,
2
absolutely.
hours.
We went and saw that stuff
or something.
Is it 2 hours?
tomorrow-
No, it's like
I think it's
tomorrow
tomorrow
night.
Not
I
at
think.
midnight.
Tomorrow night.
Sometime
Yeah.
tomorrow night.
We'll stay up.
Yeah.
Well,
in case.
eShop countdown.
Ultimately, the greatest idea that we had earlier today was that if we could somehow be updating the 3DS firmware at Sony's press conference using their in-conference Wi-Fi.
Like live blogging from Sony about downloading Excitebike and Alleyway.
I'll just be pointing my
Like,
phone at
Yeah.
you in the audience.
A double stream of Jeff playing Excitebike.
It's almost as if they timed their conference just so, or the eShop launch just so to mess with that conference.
Yeah, that'll be happening. Pokédex 3D, Excitebike, Alleyway, Radar Mission, and Super Mario Land. That's all the new stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, new.
That's what I said. New stuff.
Actually, what's kind of cool about the Excitebike was that the way it does 3D is not just adding sort of like dimensions based on like the where the sprites are and the
That's right. You
foreground
guys saw
background.
some of this stuff.
We played Excitebike. It's,
Yeah, but so when you flick the 3D slider up, it actually tilts backwards, and so you don't see the sky in 2D mode. But when you switch to 3D, it's kind of like it goes from being flat to diagonal, and you can see more of the dimensions. It's a cool use of the slider because it actually changes.
It's a really neat effect, and it goes in. It's analog with the slider, so you can go. Ooh, I'm gonna see the sky. It's cool.
It's interesting because I mean, I had always kind of assumed that slider was not a software, that was kind of a hardware that was just like.
It was either on to some degree or off, and that was the only thing that the software could detect.
Well, it seemed like you were just like literally like moving shutters, like it was like a mechanical thing back there.
Well, I figured it was like if it could detect if it was off or some degree of on, but not the degree of onness.
Yeah.
But you saw it in real time.
But yeah, you saw it in real time doing
you
it.
could
Like
switch it back
they're
and forth,
tracking.
and the game wasn't changing, and it sounds like there's some practical uses for that in other games that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
But it was very paramount in a 2D game.
Well, but the idea though that you could change the depth, not just like it wasn't just like push it back.
It's not
pull
just
it
a popping in your face.
The fact that you could do it at this sort of wedged angle.
Well, it's just however they move their whatever the 3D stuff in the art and the software is like. It's just how they design it. You know, they can build however they want around that effect.
I did not realize that.
Okay,
that was the revelation. Bradley,
hi,
how's it going?
It's going.
How's the chat?
There's some weird stuff being talked about in here.
Like,
have you guys heard this rumor about Windows 8 being able to run Xbox 360 games natively?
I haven't heard anything about Windows 8.
I hear they're really into PC gaming now.
Have you heard this?
Finally!
I'm really sure I heard that rumor about Windows 7 too.
Have you also heard this rumor about Xbox Live Diamond service?
Yeah,
that I had heard.
Yeah,
just the cloud stuff.
That's
the
the
TV
TV
stuff.
people are just asking what we think of
Like
those
turning
things.
it into a DVR.
No, yeah, like IPTV type.
The 360 thing sounds like bullshit. The Diamond thing has kicked around a little bit here and there.
Yeah, that's been going around for a couple of days.
So it's just like
under different names, but
it's just literally live TV streaming over the Xbox, right?
Yeah, which they do in the UK through Sky TV already. So,
so a US version of that, basically.
Yeah, could be. I think they have to make some handful of services related announcements tomorrow.
Maybe HBO Go. They've been doing a lot of things. That would be a big coup for desktop.
Well, the problem with Go though is you have to be an HBO subscriber already. It's kind of limited.
It'd still be cool to get it on TV like that.
Well, I mean, the thing is the on-demand stuff.
Right.
Like, that's not something that you necessarily get.
Yeah.
With your HBO services, being able to pull from the entire back catalog.
If I want to watch Busty Cops at noon, I should be able to.
2, and 3.
Yeah.
Whenever you
I'm going to spend this weekend just watching Arliss, and I can't do that with regular.
I haven't seen Real Sex in a while. What number are they up to now? They go back.
Real Sex?
Yeah, it's like
they rebooted it
too.
Yeah, it's
Real Sex.
The Real Sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should reboot Taxi Cab Confessions. That should happen.
I think they did. I don't think they rebooted it, but I think they brought it back.
I missed that. The reruns they were showing recently were all from like the early 90s. It was pretty awesome watching that stuff again.
When it was at its best.
I need to know what's happening on the Bunny Ranch.
And it's scuzziest best. Oh yeah. Oh,
it's like that has to be something related to Skype. Like that's still recent. That it makes sense to mention it.
But here's the question about Microsoft, though, is that, like, the rumors we've heard about games have all been kind of Kinect-related for the most part. Like, there hasn't been much other than, like, you know...
Which they need. They need
Kinect stuff.
Bring out a shitload of Kinect stuff.
But there's, like, 6 Kinect games that have sort of been floating around, and, you know, I mean, like... If there is a Fable game, that's neat, you know, and there's some other stuff that sounds kind of cool, but, like, nothing that's, like, been real banger so far. Like, usually more stuff would have leaked out by now.
Yeah, it's like the Kinect Disneyland Adventure.
Yeah, and there's the Star Wars
Kinect
game.
Sports 2 and
but,
Star Wars.
But then on top of that, like, you've heard...
I guess Entertainment Weekly has the Star Wars stuff now.
Yeah.
Does anybody watch that?
No, I just saw people saying, like, boy, that looks dumb.
Yeah, it's very in the art style of, like, Clone Wars. So.
Oh, sweet. The most beloved part of the Star Wars.
So
I guess actually it's kind of a moneymaker.
That sells a shitload of stuff for them. I mean, it is Star Wars to 9-year-olds now, and 9-year-olds buy.
Apparently, that cartoon series is supposedly pretty good.
I mean, regardless of quality, like that's the Star Wars that kids now know, and kids are the ones that are moving merchandise. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that Star Wars game, like, I honestly, like, it's not interesting to us necessarily, but Disney and Star Wars on Kinect, like, Microsoft cleans house with both of those.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge stuff for the market that, you know, they could that I think is most ripe for Kinect stuff.
Well, so, okay, but my point was, though, that, like, okay, so we know about this Kinect stuff theoretically. Probably 1 or 2 specifically Kinect-related games that are, like, surprises that maybe we don't know about. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. But, like, that's still a lot of conference to fill.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
And so that means that either they have a lot of game surprises, which I'm kind of not betting on personally, or they're going to be spending a lot of time talking about weird tangential entertainment shit.
Yeah, they kind of always do.
They always do, yeah.
But, like, even more so than usual.
I wouldn't be surprised to see, like, a full dashboard rolled out.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You know, like, hey, we finally heard you. The friend limit is total bullshit. Right. So
yeah, we're getting rid of that. I don't know. Here's Felicia Day to talk about something.
Stop watching streams on the stream.
Yeah.
I have to know.
Watching the Star Wars game.
I had to know.
How is it?
Oh, pod racing.
This game is not for us.
Yeah, but it still looks kind of fun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so it's for Patrick.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, this still looks kind of fun.
Well, you don't have to have the volume up to know that it's going to go da-da-da,
well, so
da-da-da.
The one thing I read about that game that sounds kind of cool is that you're like using your hands to, like, do force power shit. Like, you're, you know, lifting. Like, basically like you would in whatever those last couple of
There's
Star
also
Wars
one where you apparently are piloting an X-Wing.
Force Unleashed.
Like, kind of like this, which seems...
I would need 2 more arms to pilot an X-Wing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Well, you have to
is it closed wing?
To, like, get behind you, so you're, like, doing the forearm thing.
I'm gonna ask that. That doesn't look that
Only if you
stupid.
wanna go
I
to
mean,
the
I bet they'll sell a zillion copies of that.
That seems like it'll sell.
It actually looks kind of fun. In like a
I mean, it looks super basic, but
basic doesn't mean bad.
you fight a Rancor at one point.
That's kind of what the Kinect can do. Is basic. You don't want to confuse it.
You know what? You know what it reminds me of? Rebel Assault.
Whoa.
Except in 3D.
All right.
Maybe they'll have that Hulk Hogan game there.
Kinda.
Yeah, maybe Hulk Hogan will be there.
Is there a Hoth section?
You liked Rebel Assault?
Yeah,
really?
Rebel Assault was alright.
Anybody liked it? Somebody liked Rebel Assault?
At the time,
you can't go back to
an
it.
FMV.
Even at the time,
it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't know if it was good, but it was cool.
Real men played X-Wing.
Yeah, you were a 13-year-old real man.
Yeah.
You got to be one of those jackasses.
That game put hair on that man's chest.
Real men sit in their rooms alone with computers.
Yeah, X-Wing is a good game.
The realist men.
The realist men were in Rebel Assault, though.
So George Lucas comes out and does this at the Microsoft press conference.
George Lucas does not stand up unless he has to at this point.
His neck is too heavy.
Yeah. No, he just doesn't have one anymore.
Can't read the skeleton.
I think the chat died.
Yeah, well.
What do I do?
Well,
Hit
reload
refresh.
Hit refresh.
I don't know.
Make up a question.
George
from the
Lucas
chat.
says,
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I just bought your company.
Your company is now gone.
We decided to repurpose your company, make it more for kids.
giant bomb for Kinect.
Yeah. We were photoshopping the beers out of your hands as we speak.
We're rebooting Giant Bomb. We're going to have 3 animated people.
Yeah.
2 of you will be live action.
One of you is going to be a puppet.
No, just digital puppets now. Doesn't even have room
Digital
for
puppets.
digital puppetry.
But you'll all be voiced by Frank Oz.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
More digital puppetry in Kinect games.
You think the new dashboard has better Kinect support globally?
Is that what Gunstring is?
I would assume if they're going to do another dashboard that it would be to finish the Kinect integration.
Finish what they started.
Yeah.
Finish the fight.
Yeah.
You should have to do this to have any conversation in the Sesame Street game. Like, that's how we advance dialogue. It's just a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I would love to see if they're going to talk about Kinect stuff and if they're going to talk about new dashboard stuff is actually being able to use the Kinect to navigate the dashboard.
You mean unlike that Netflix bullshit they rolled out?
Not like anything
Yeah.
that they currently have.
Yeah,
for
like the
navigation
Kinect Hub is just
is
sad.
worthless.
It's, yeah.
Like, you can't do anything. And
You can't just
It's like a methadone clinic in there. It's just the most depressing, awful thing. I hate it.
You have to grab a controller sometimes too, because I feel like certain parts of it, like signing in or something, you actually have to get the controller.
It only picks. It pulls from your instant queue, but only pulls like.
Oh right, I just mean the Kinect Hub in general, not even.
But
Netflix
even
stuff.
even in the Netflix and the Hulu ones, so you can't choose the entire selection.
Nope.
You have it pulls from your instant queue and then puts that against like some popularity metrics that it has, and then pulls like 10 that you can choose from. But if you want to,
It's only your suggested watches, basically.
Pull the controller.
That's useless. That's stupid.
So,
also, you can't launch that using Kinect. You have to have a controller in your hand to even turn on the Netflix Kinect app.
Yeah.
It's the
I mean,
dumbest thing.
that's a job they need to finish. I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a stab at it tomorrow.
I really wish
make
they
a
would.
stab at it.
I can't.
Probably
Yeah.
not a good one, but like, hey guys,
Here's
Don.
Yeah, we're gonna bring out Don. Don's son took a stab at this. Don, come on out, come on.
Division,
Don't
Here's Don and some guy who's, I think, an actor. I don't know. They're going to demonstrate
Without
some
the
shit.
UI
I don't know,
team's
whatever.
knowledge, these kids.
Here's
put
Cam
together.
Gashandit or whatever. He's going to show you how this works.
We brought out the little girl from the Connectimals demo from last year.
Codename Skittles, the dashboard.
Had her take a shot at this, and that's pretty fucking good.
She put some pretty good ideas in here. Skittles.
Did any of you see the I Spit on Your Grave remake? Okay, it's the girl from that.
Breaking
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley dropping a bunch of names that will be at Microsoft tomorrow.
Okay.
Todd Howard, Ken Levine, the
Right.
Rocksteady guys, Peter Molyneux, Danny Bilson, Robert Bowling, Glenn Schofield.
So
There's your-
a bunch of games that we already know about.
There are all the people he is saying.
Did you say Molyneux?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Well, you didn't mention John Drake.
Weird.
And Ringo Starr.
You know, the most famous man in
Well,
games.
yeah, it's still his birthday, so you'd think that.
It is.
It's still his birthday.
Happy birthday, John Drake. Now that you can have a beer, go have one on us.
Happy belated birthday, Ryan Davis.
Yay!
I miss your birthday.
No, I had a good birthday. I slept.
That's a good birthday.
Yeah, it was solid. It was good.
Well, so if there's, so between that, some other Twitter stuff, there's a Lionhead game for sure tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There's that Fable The Journey name kicking around.
Right.
Because everyone is really into the idea of a new Fable game.
A Kinect Fable game.
So Bilson will be out there for
Saints Row or Devil's
WWE?
Third? No, I don't think WWE rates.
Devil's Third's for TBS.
Unless
so
it
that's
was
not it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a Kinect thing.
What about the Guillermo del Toro?
Oh, that
Too early. Too early.
Too far off. Maybe it's that
Next year.
new Dwight Howard, whatever. What got
Oh,
announced
right.
tonight.
Yeah, the My Adidas, whatever they're.
That's actually probably more.
Yeah,
probably
likely.
what it
That's
is.
a Kinect game, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right. That's what it is.
Next.
Will Kudo be there?
Yes. Almost. Yeah, he'll have to be, right?
Just hanging on the side of the.
He's like, yeah, I made the thing. I mean, now these guys are making games for it. Check it out. Like it was really like a fake bar setup, and he'll be leaning on it. Hey, friends. Kudo Tsunoda here. Last year, you might remember.
He will take off his glasses, and there will be another pair of glasses underneath.
You might remember I made this little thing, the Kinect.
The whole thing should just be a series of monologues, like not acknowledging the audience at all. It's just a long series of like drunken.
Well,
monologues.
it's been a long, hot summer here.
Just pulling up a stool at the single
Yeah, but if they all, like after
Don Masher comes out dressed up like Mark Twain.
after
just do a
every
scene from
presentation, they
Tenement.
just go to Kudo's bar and just get a drink.
Yeah.
With, like Peter and Cliff, and they're just there at the bar, pretending they're having a good time.
And they all have to like pantomime while the guy does his monologue in front.
I hear you've been hard at work on that Gears of War.
Sally went off to the war. Things haven't been the same since Kinect.
Guys, we've just written the best conference ever. We need to find a way to quote this to them.
Yeah, it'll be Microsoft will be software. Like that kind of is what separates them from what Nintendo and
maybe
and
a new
Sony
SKU, maybe a price cut, like maybe some kind of like new Kinect bundle that gets that out to more people.
500 gig model, maybe.
Maybe.
I guess, I don't know.
I mean, with all the digital everything they're trying to sell and rent and filling up, if they're going to turn in Xbox 360s into DVRs, 250 gigs is not going to cut it.
Especially if you got a bunch of DLC and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, my 250 is like has like
I have 30
40,
gigs left.
30
I have
gigs
10
free,
gig
something like
free
that.
on my 250 at the moment.
Yeah, so
To be fair, we are the fringe element of that.
These are power users. But no, if they're going to do DVR stuff with it, you need a bigger hard drive.
Yep.
Just not
So
even,
you think they
not
make
even
it-
just for us.
Rumors about a 500 gig PS3 SKU coming also. So
they make a-
feature parity.
Yeah, the Target coupon thing that was happening just
Yeah.
before E3.
Right.
Essentially, there was Target was trying to get rid of a lot of their 160 gig PS3s. The idea being that it sounds like there's probably a SKU to replace that, or at least to get rid of that one to introduce a new. Because I mean, the hard drive prices get cheaper.
Yeah.
The manufacturers are almost forced to introduce new SKUs for at least reduced prices, or at least larger hard drives to accommodate those reductions in hard drive costs.
And at some point, it becomes even hard. It just becomes harder to get the smaller hard drives. They don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think there'll be an IPTV SKU, like a model that's like this comes with like 30 days for like trial and
like a bundle?
comes with like a remote control and like the bigger hard drive. And, like we really want to install this in, or you think they just make a bigger model?
I just think they make a bigger model.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Seems a lot
feel like
easier.
it's too soon just for a bigger model. Like I feel like they just released the Slim. And they, since the hard drives aren't separate anymore, like you're literally having to buy a whole new system.
No, the hard you can pull the hard drives out.
They sell sell them
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah.
It's like easier than it
you
used
should
to
not
be.
buy them because they're horrifyingly overpriced.
Oh, I didn't
Because
know they
you can
sell
buy a 4 gig one and go buy a 250 hard drive that fits in the Slim.
Oh, I had no idea. Microsoft sells them branded.
Yep.
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 Oh wow.
Yeah.
At
Oh, I take it
unfortunate
all back.
prices.
They're not bare drives. They have like it's just a different case
Okay.
that clicks into the.
They're inside a cartridge or tape that's inside the system.
Oh, they're hard drive tapes.
Oh, they're like $200.
They're the same price. Yeah, that they were for the old one. Like too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Crazy.
But less too much because it was the
Right.
same price for whatever
For,
the
right,
120
60
was.
gigs or whatever.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
How about Sony?
Shameful.
Well, Sony's going to have, Vita, which I imagine will take up a good amount of their time. And, it's kind of a lot of, I guess, known quantities for...
A lot of
Yeah, I mean,
apologies.
at this point, I've played
Nah.
9 different. They will certainly address it.
Well, they'll acknowledge it, but I wouldn't say a lot. It's
Yeah.
not going to...
I'd say an opening 5 to 10 minutes.
There will be a thank you for your patience.
Yeah, I say 2 minutes tops.
There will be a because I basically I think that like a couple of weeks ago I got the rehearsal version of this speech.
Okay.
Like Shu Yoshida came up at the judges event before we all played NGP, and he was like, our ongoing trouble. Thank you for your patience. Like it was very much.
Sure, but
It
it's
felt like they were
see how the write-ups go. What doesn't work? And they get
right.
ready for the
Yeah,
press
yeah.
conference.
And things have changed since then. Like now the store is back, but it's still kind of funky. So
But it's up, and that's all that really
up.
matters.
Yeah,
it's up, and I got my email today about the rewards.
That's apparently the part that's broken.
The rewards part.
Yeah, like if you start downloading it and then it breaks, it's hard to resume or
You have to go
re-download.
deep into your
Yeah.
account management to pull it back up again.
Yeah. It's
But
not great.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's still some work to be done there.
sure.
So they'll have to address it. But
I don't think that takes up enough time to.
no, I think they open with that. They get it out of the way
Yeah.
at the very beginning, and we're talking like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's never mentioned again.
And it's game time.
Yeah.
Until the conference gets hacked.
And then they tell you how many PS2s they've sold. Yeah.
The long tail of the PS2 is getting longer.
A lot of people talk about the 10-year platform. Let me tell you about the 15-year platform.
I went to a Best Buy in New York right before I came here. They had 7 new slimline PS2s just sitting there, $99 each. bunch of PS2 games, still new.
Imagine if you didn't care, that if you just only recently were kind of getting into games, like the amazing deal that a PS2 would be.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
best game library you're going to find.
Like,
Yeah, you go to a GameStop, you could buy like 100 games for $100.
yeah. Mobile Light Force 2.
Who has the most graphs?
Sony, always.
Yeah. Sony always with the graphs.
Yep.
I'm going to say Nintendo
But
this year.
even Sony scaled that stuff back a couple years ago. I don't think.
Yeah, I actually don't think they'll get into PS2
These
numbers.
things-
I think last year they were like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, we get
But
it, fine.
All
It's a
these
sentence
things,
at
these,
most.
But I mean, it's
these
just
things
kind
are
of like
not about financials anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
about pageantry.
There like for a long time there was always that section of like, all right, we're
But
snoozing through the
It's Microsoft and EA are the ones that are on television, like exclusively or whatever. I think they're all on TV.
Okay.
But those are the ones that are like
That Spike?
that Spike is the only place that has it or whatever. I think so. Those will be the ones I think that are more structured for television and more and structured like
they're hitting marks.
no numbers.
And,
yeah.
And yeah.
Like they're hitting
there be
marks.
commercial
going.
breaks?
It's not really a press conference. It's a stage show.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just
Like even Microsoft's calling it like Xbox 360 : the future of the Xbox or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Like this is a show for them.
Will
This
Elijah
isn't-
Wood host it?
Let's hope.
Oh.
I think Nintendo has plenty of graphs. Well, not plenty. It has more graphs and like slideshows of like people again playing stuff.
Or
So they're
stock
gonna,
photography.
they're going to want to combat like 3DS has not been a disappointment.
They're going to show
Like,
market demographics. They're going to show like what they're what the previous Nintendo consoles did, what their new one's going to do, and all sorts of Venn diagrams of like we're merging, entertainment and family and
Tacos.
Yeah,
stock photography.
a lot of good stock photography this year.
These three people laughing together.
Oh, we left the iPhone little.
We're having a good time. We all have screens.
hand out
Screens
some-
everywhere. Screens.
Never.
More screens.
hand out some tikka masala burritos
Yeah.
to everyone in the audience so they're snoozing by the end of the press conference.
Said it's new Senate punishment. No. Can I play Donkey Kong Country? Oh.
Earthbound?
I just love the idea of a company handing out burritos to everyone walking into a press conference to put them into some sort of horrible coma. Because if
Just
they're
hypnotic, just nod.
if they
just
can
like-
hand you burritos, are you telling me you wouldn't take it? You right? You take
It depends on who's
Take
handing
the
me the
I would be
burrito.
scared to take it, but I would take it.
But we're getting to Nintendo at 7:15 in the
Yeah, I
morning.
know.
It could be breakfast burritos.
It's a breakfast burrito and they have coffee. I might.
That's what Reggie takes out.
It's
Only if it's
decaf.
attached to a lady.
But here,
Yeah.
but what,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
what does everyone
What if she
do
feeds it
with
to you?
with the other half of the burrito they don't want to eat?
This is all potato down here. I don't think I want to. I don't want.
Start throwing it on the stage.
Yeah.
This all went terribly wrong. Whose idea
If
was this?
Miyamoto has another
Runs out with a
has another
shield.
demo that doesn't go right, like
Yeah.
Skyward Sword last year.
Right.
Bad
Reggie
luck on
Fils-Aime.
free baseball day.
Reggie Fils-Aime was murdered today by a series of thrown burritos.
Potatoes are heavy.
That's how I want
Yeah.
to go.
He just drowned in burrito.
Being pelted with burritos.
Yeah. Yeah, but now that all this stuff's on television and everything like that, like I think that's refocused us away from a lot of the pie charts and stuff.
Now they have to hit their broadcast hour.
Yeah.
Well, all that
Yeah.
stuff is, like they make a big deal about broadcasting on the internet, come to our E3 websites. Like, they don't want those gamers sitting through that sort of stuff.
Right.
Like, they can release that separately for. I mean, like, a lot of times, like, Iwata will go straight from the press conference and he holds an investor call the same day.
Right.
So he'll
Yeah.
do all the number stuff afterwards, and that's like where Pachter and those guys, they go to a separate thing right after the press conference where they run through those numbers.
They go away from the normals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole shadow world.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's definitely part of it.
Well, let's run down tomorrow's some. I think we're about needing to wrap up this stream. Talk about what's going on over the course of the day. Jeff, are you pulling up a schedule or something?
I could if you want
Just
me
pull
to.
up Twitter.
Just looking to see what's on the internet.
Try to see the burrito
right
place.
here.
Okay, Brad, break
here.
it down for us.
Or I'll just look at my laptop.
Did you just panic over?
I
No,
wrote
I know it all, but
I wrote the story. I remember.
Microsoft press conferences we've got it down at 9. I think it starts at 10, right? Actually at 10. I think we have to be
Check-ins
there
at
at 9.
9.
Checking it 9.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
it
think I have to
starts
be
at
there like
10.
8:15 and
7:30.
7:30. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? We all have to.
I'm
You have to be
actually
there
late
right now, yeah.
I'm actually,
we actually have we have like 3 separate times that we need to be there.
But press conference at 10,
At 10, yeah, that's an hour.
and they're going to be live streaming that out.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
is
that's
live streaming it out themselves.
Okay.
And that's also on TV, so that should start on time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So 10 on the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, news post on the site that tells you where to watch all this stuff on the respective sites.
I think everything
Alex.
except for Ubisoft is on TV. I think that might be.
EA definitely is.
Yeah, EA definitely is. Microsoft definitely is. I think.
Sony's always on G4.
I think everything's on Spike. I thought everything was on Spike. Maybe not. I don't. Yeah.
Anyway,
G4 is at least broadcasting some of it.
Okay.
But Ubisoft, at the very least, you can find on their website or
Yeah, they have a whole thing set up.
But anyway, 10 a.m. for
Right.
Microsoft.
Yep.
This is Pacific Daylight times.
Yep.
Then after that, we've got Electronic Arts
At 12:30.
at 12:30, and then after that is Ubisoft. Do we have a time for that? Do we have
2:30.
Yeah, we do.
I think
2:30.
2:30, right?
2:30 for Ubisoft. Look forward to that. Always a pleasure. And then Sony at
5.
5. So that's a full day
Yeah.
spread out of.
It's like Tuesday became Monday.
And that's when we get there at 5, but it doesn't necessarily. It starts.
No, it's but
No,
you get
Monday
there
is
before
Monday.
that.
What's that?
Monday is Monday.
Monday's Monday.
Tomorrow is Monday.
But when
Sony
it
starts at
the
5.
the food truck
The food
hour.
Empanada-
Oh, so the food truck starts like 3:30 or something.
If we want to get there for Empanadarama or what was the cheese something?
Cheese Paradise,
Cheese wheelbarrow.
Cobras.
Yeah, some cheese fun.
Anyway, Sony 5 to 6:30, and then I guess we're going to play a bunch of Sony games
Yeah.
after that.
And we'll come back here and hopefully around 8 p.m., maybe not the entire crew, but we will begin our day 0
See how wrong we were.
live stream. To see exactly everything that we just said here. It's like, well,
Wow.
None of that
we
happened. Oh,
were idiots, or yeah, that.
Microsoft was launching the Nintendo. We didn't see that coming.
Glad I already cashed that paycheck.
Yeah.
So yeah, look for that here back at the Giant Bomb House for more E3 2011 live streaming action. Of course, stuff is going to be posted over the course of the day as well. Jeff's got some stuff that'll be rolling out, and we've got interns aplenty back at the home front.
Whom I shall be wrangling.
Who Alex will have the pleasure of wrangling and making sure we get all sorts of
And you're,
crazy trailers.
You're wrangling folks. We'll have some special guests throughout the week.
Yeah, we're gonna have we will have special guests tomorrow night. We were just hoping to try to get some for tonight, but it didn't quite happen, such as the kind of fluid nature of E3 planning. But we've got a couple of exciting guests locked in for tomorrow night, for every night, and hopefully they will just get more exciting. I don't want to.
At the very least, stupider. They should get stupider.
Well, we have some that could be more exciting. It's definitely, It will always get stupider.
Yeah.
Expect that as. If you just want the stupidest thing, just ignore it all week.
Like, this is us at our best. Like right now, because it's before it's all really started. Like,
Yeah,
it's all downhill.
We're not
our
wrecked yet.
sharpest and most cogent right now, and well rested.
Like, we had a whole day of not really doing E3 stuff. Just kind of like, just getting even.
Like, we went to an event where there were people and they were drinking, and apparently some people went and played Nintendo stuff today.
That was nuts.
That was the thing we heard while we were there.
There were people playing that console while we were drinking beers.
I know the winner is on that
I'm
one.
all right with
Yeah,
that.
we may have.
I'm
So
all right
come
with
back
that.
on Thursday if you want to see us at our most stupid, because it's going to be
Stupid.
completely.
We're just going to be rubbing our butts on each other by
it's gonna
that
be
point.
below
There's going to be
stupid.
no...
I'm not going to rub my butt on anyone. Fuck you.
I mean, none of you guys.
Well, then
I
you're
mean,
going to be the victim in all of this.
Rubby.
Somebody will be face down.
Get
in a
aggressive.
burrito.
start a rub club around here.
And then before you know it, it's over.
Yep.
And then-
So thanks for watching. That was E3 2011. No, come back tomorrow all day for all sorts of coverage. But of course, the live stream, 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time tomorrow. And yeah, all that other stuff. We'll see you then.